Hello and welcome to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. This week, in honor of the Christmas holiday, the movie is from 1945, Christmas in Connecticut, starring Barbara Stanwyck, Dennis Morgan, Sydney Greenstreet, and S.Z. Zakal. Now, the story of Christmas in Connecticut, Barbara Stanwyck plays Elizabeth Lane, the single successful food writer who lives in New York City. She writes a column for a magazine talking about her farm, recipes, how to cook, how to be a good wife, all of this stuff that isn't true. It's 1945, and World War II has just ended, and a wounded war hero named Jefferson Jones, played by Dennis Morgan, he says that what made him survive were the columns written by Elizabeth Lane. So Elizabeth's publisher, Alexander Yardley, who's played by Sydney Greenstreet, decides that it would be a publicity coup to have Jefferson Jones come spend Christmas at Elizabeth Lane's farm in Connecticut. Now the problem, of course, is that she has no farm, she has no husband, she has no baby, and she can't cook. So problems, of course, arise as she tries to figure out how to make this work without losing her job. Now, what I really love about this movie is Barbara Stanwyck. She is one of the greats from this era. She's one of those actresses, she can really do anything. And you watch this movie, you watch her performance in a comedy like The Lady Eve, you watch her in Ball of Fire, you watch her in a melodrama like Stella Dallas, or in what's arguably her best movie, Double Indemnity, where she's this femme fatale. She is incredible. She got nominated for 4 Oscars during her career, and gets listed oftentimes as one of, if not the best actress who never won an Academy Award in her career. You think of movies today and you think of Easter eggs, little hidden references to other movies. Pixar does it, the Marvel Universe does it. This movie actually has a little Easter egg, which is kind of fascinating to see. S.Z. Zakal, who's Uncle Felix, and Sydney Greenstreet, who plays Alexander Yardley, they were friends. They worked together in Casablanca, actually. And right when Uncle Felix meets Yardley, when he shows up at the farm, Felix looks at him and then under his breath he calls him Fat Man. And when you watch it now, it just seems almost like this weird little insult. Greenstreet's most famous character at that point was from the movie The Maltese Falcon, and the code name of his character was the Fat Man. So S.Z. Zakal, Uncle Felix, is referring to the Maltese Falcon. This was a joke that the audience of 1945 would have laughed at. Now, this movie was hugely successful. It went into wide release August of 1945. Now, what happened within the week, on August 14th, Japan announces they're going to surrender. America celebrated. The war's over. Everybody went out on the town. Everybody saw movies. This movie exploded in popularity. It made a fortune. The film was budgeted at $864,000. It grossed over $3 million. Smash hit. And a little funny thing about this, too. This movie was remade in 1992, starring Diane Cannon and Chris Christopherson, and it was directed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was a made-for-TV movie. I have not seen it. The reviews are pretty bad, and put it mildly, Arnold Schwarzenegger never directed another movie after he directed a remake of Christmas in Connecticut in 1992. So if you're looking for something different this holiday season, watch Christmas in Connecticut from 1945. Barbara Stanwyck, one of the best actresses of this era, of any era actually. Highly recommended. It is this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.